Hi, my name is Dr. Pouné Saberi. I'm a physician in occupational and environmental medicine physician. I'm here under the badge of International Society of Doctors for Environment, and I represent Physicians for Social Responsibility, Pennsylvania. I started coming into COP in Paris. That was COP 21, and that's where the famous Paris Agreement comes out of. And that's the only agreement where the word health is mentioned. It's mentioned in the preamble. And that's essentially where it stopped. It hasn't gone any further since. It hadn't been mentioned before. It hasn't been mentioned since. However, I attended the COP25 in Poland, Katowice, in 2018, and this is my third COP. I have found a stronger and stronger presence of the health delegations and the health presence in COPs, to the point where I feel like in this one, it's the strongest I've ever seen, and it makes me feel a lot more confident about the incorporation of the importance of health as a thread that runs along the themes in COP. And in terms of the ministers and the delegations and everyone understanding the fact that climate emergencies are health emergencies, I find that the presence of a persistent presence of WHO's pavilion, for example, is an important component and contributor to that, to be there as a reminder. I love the visual of that silver lung, that looks like a tree with the bronchioles and the bronchi. That is a constant reminder of how important health is. And I also really appreciate the presence of all the different organizations that have come together to have this gathering. For us, in our part, we feel it's very important to be present as civil society, representing the health delegation, the health concept, be the health voice, to not let them forget that this is actually something that's going to impact the people of the countries of all these people who are here to protect. And when you hear the ministers talk about what they want for their people in their countries, they say they want good jobs and good health. So the health is always this thing that's mentioned, and yet it never makes it to the language of the negotiations. And I feel a lot more confident that moving forward with the stronger presence and the group that's here, that's going to happen moving forward. What I would like to see, yes, and when I say we, I really mean our organization, but I'm sure many other organizations, many other health-based organizations will back me up on this, that any policy that you look at could really use the health voice. They could really have someone who can speak to the health aspects of a policy at the table, and yet that rarely happens. So I would really be interested, and I would love to see the invitation of health professionals and health delegates to negotiations with the ministers and other delegates from the countries.